this form. But we can then also connect Interaction Studio to our CRM so that we can use this information to build a query that sends in real time and automatically, sends a query to the CRM, pull back a client record that matches the first name, last name, and email address that's inserted into the form. So then you can, upon form submission, use Interaction Studio's eligibility rules to determine which should happen next. Were you able to find a match deterministically with someone in your CRM or not? If you were, maybe we add them to a campaign members list or insert a task into the CRM. And if we can't find them, maybe we create a case for the management team and we can review what the format was to determine what the next action is.
Perfect. Thank you, Sterling. Great color. Okay, so Rachel, she doesn't want to continue the application. She's not sure if maybe Cumulus is the right thing for the mortgage, but she does save it for later. Now, as Sterling mentioned, this is a great opportunity to allow, in our case, Rachel, to raise her digital hand. So that's what we see just happen right here in real time. So now we have a key, an identifier. Now we're using an email. It doesn't have to be an email. It could be any non-PII identifier. That's identified Rachel as a real person. Okay? So Rachel is going to continue on in her mortgage journey. She's a person that's always on the go. So now she's out and about, walking around the city, and she decides that she needs some cash, so she stops by a Cumulus branch and comes to the ATM. At the ATM, Interaction Studio is interfacing in real time and sees that she needs to complete her application. So it prompts her to just schedule an appointment right then and there. So let's click that. Oh, look at that. There's an appointment not too soon in the future, so Rachel will just go ahead and select today at 3:30 p.m. And then she wants to be notified by text and in-app notifications. When she's done, she can click confirm. And she's going to go ahead and withdraw the cash that she came from. Now, in real time, we send in a text message, we schedule the appointment. Rachel can go straight into the branch, which we'll do in a second. And Interaction Studio is powering all of these different events. So you can see the ATM interactions, the interface between the scheduling of the appointment at the ATM and the fact that she is in the complete application stage.
So that's a great example of the cross-channel engagement thresholds that I was referring to earlier, where we were measuring activity on multiple channels, in this case ATM as well as on the digital side, and activating on that information with the same understanding of the client. So you can imagine that same scenario with reference to the campaign that I spoke to earlier with email and web rather than ATM and web.
Okay, so Rachel is going to continue on, and now she's going to go into the branch. So now we're in the branch. Maybe there's a beacon. We understand that. Powered by Interaction Studio. We can ping Rachel with a push notification. Tell her to sit tight and go ahead and grab some coffee. They'll be with her soon for her appointment. Now at this point, the bank staff is going to be working with Rachel on her application. Can pull up Service Cloud. So now we're inside of Service Cloud. We've got Rachel's profile. There's this new option, engagement. And engagement is going to pull up those next best actions that are appropriate for the in-branch experience. In this case, we have a prompt for the agent, or for the branch staff, to set a meeting reminder and follow-up after they conclude their discussion.
So this next best action component, if we go back to the pyramid that I had on one of my slides, this is near the top of the pyramid. This is where you've got a depth of profile that's fairly large, with comprehensive channel listening, and this is where you're able to surface those insights to sales in a method that's not task-based or based on the objects in your CRM. You're really able to use all of the information that was provided within that profile for Interaction Studio and then surface what they might want to talk about next. And then these interested and non-interested buttons that you can see underneath will allow the salespeople to provide feedback to Interaction Studio about whether or not that customer is interested in that proposition, allowing it to inform activities, so they can rotate assets on the web page and start to do other things because sales has provided this particular piece of feedback.
So let's go ahead and do that. Our staff member in the bank is going to click interested in that meeting follow-up. We'll see how that works in Interaction Studio in a second. And then one other thing to point out, the staff in the bank can see how far Rachel has actually progressed on her mortgage journey. So we're at the stage now where she is in the process of completing an application, but we really need to ultimately get her to the point where the mortgage application is completed and we move to the different options that she has available. Okay. So inside of Interaction Studio, we can see that positive response that Sterling just mentioned right here. So we have that assisted channel in the bank. We captured that positive response to the meeting follow-up, next best action. So now when Rachel leaves the branch, she can be added to a journey automatically, and Journey Builder receive that email that encourages that next step now that she's pre-approved for. So when Rachel goes back to Cumulus, we can change the personalized experience for the next stage of her journey, which is to encourage her to look at the different loan options that Cumulus Bank offers. All right, and then one other thing I'll point out, we often get the question, well, how do you analyze many Rachels at once? And that's really where the analytics capabilities within inside of Interaction Studio come into play. So this allows you to understand how are your customers entering, where are they entering, which life cycle stages, that's the vertical blue bar. How are they progressing a stage or perhaps skipping a stage? Where are they dropping off? Perhaps they're regressing or moving backwards as they learn about new products and services. And we can see that across our different touch points as well. So this is really where you can understand what are those leaky buckets, how can I take action, and use this data for further personalization next time customers return. So here on Observe, as an example, we can see that there are several key activities to be applied yet started as the biggest drop-off. Okay, anything to add here, or should we move on? Okay. All right, so hopefully that was a helpful demo. Just want to have a bit of a chat with Sterling, and we're very happy to take questions from the audience as well.
Does anybody have any questions they'd like to start with? Just make sure you stand on the X so we can hear you.
So what channels and interactions are the most challenging to find matches for prospects already on their way through the process?
That's a great question. The three channels that we started with are really facilitated very easily by Interaction Studio, which is one of the reasons I was able to implement this within our platform. So the channels that are more difficult are the ones that I haven't gotten to yet. So that would be the physical locations and things like that, where you really have to explore the solution for how to ingest that tracking into the Interaction Studio. So email, web, and the CRM are channels that are quite easy to see. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I think so. So if you were to find a duplicate, are you putting that in front of a rep that can help match? So it's proactive.
So every time Interaction Studio captures a customer identifier that's identified as a key, and that key matches another key that's within the Interaction Studio platform. If the key slide that I had with all the little tables, it would automatically merge those two records together, so that both of those individual TIDs would be considered the same person. So it does that automatically as people are active in each of those channels.
Is there anything that you're doing to the ones that couldn't be matched?
Sorry, can you stand a little closer to the mic?
For anything that can't be matched, are you doing any work for that?
So for anonymous individuals who aren't raising their hand at all, we do have a couple digital experiences that are able to assist them. Like we have campaign subscription forms, and sometimes there's a call to action where they might download a PDF from within that email. So instead of providing that person an experience where once they're unknown, they always come back to the same form and have to enter their email address every time. As soon as they identify themselves again and raise their hand, we replace the button on the form with a download button so that it uses their client experience. You can also do other things like inject banner ads onto certain pages based on have they been to this page before. So you can start to, because you're capturing those activities even when they're anonymous, you can start to use those as eligibility rules for modifying the single channel experience that they're on.
So I have a question, Sterling. You know, we're often asked by our customers about the process. How does this happen internally? So you mentioned that you were part of a cross-channel team. You identified 5 key thresholds or 5 key moments that matter. Can you tell me more about how that process worked internally?
Sure. So we had a client journey management team at the time who acted as the hub between all of the different departments to start to bring together the collaborative group that needed to decide on what those key activities were, what those moments that mattered were. I mean, there were lots of discussions in those meetings. There were lots of people who said, you know, we need to build models to figure out what is the key activities before we can actually capture anything. But in the end, we had some leadership members who decided these are the use cases we're going to start with. We're going to identify these key activities first, and then we'll work towards more advanced solutions later. So it's a collaborative discussion that had leadership buy-in to be able to move forward with those key activities.
And how about the cadence of the process, the cadence of the meetings with the client journey management team?
They're very iterative. So we were a Scrum, an Agile Scrum team, is how we framed our projects. So we had daily stand-ups and weekly meetings where we were constantly doing communication with the campaigns that were going on. And very often we would be on multiple campaigns at once together. So we would be able to have the same conversation and have that continue over to different campaigns and be able to iterate on the same ideas. And
then last question, with all the time saved, now you can launch more campaigns with Interaction Studio. What's next?
That's a great question. The things that I'm working on now are a lot of the CRM components. So I'm working very heavily with the CRM team to develop and build out the process of providing that insights to sales, where we're not only relying on a single record being injected into the CRM, we can start to really provide holistic client insights to those salespeople through Interaction Studio.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time, Sterling. Let's give it up for
Thank you.
Sterling Invesco.